Hey guys, it's Doe from Doe's Craft Day, and fall is finally here. And have I got a fall craft project for you right here. So let's head over to the craft day and get started. Okay, so I went and bought a maple leaf mold just for this project. And right now I'm trying to figure out how to get the clay in here without it getting stuck on my fingers. Trying to roll it in there is not going to work either. I even tried adding powder on it. So I'm just going to add powder onto my fingers, so when you keep seeing me reach over, that's the point, to keep the clay from getting stuck on my fingers. So then I'm just gonna clean it up around by cutting it this way. I figured I wouldn't bake it first because then I'm gonna have to sand it away and risk the possibility of breaking the leaf. So I felt like this was the best way to attempt this. So now I'm just gonna add a thin layer of resin just to the ends of the molds, because I just want to put the leaves in there right now and I want them to stay in one area. I'm spraying some alcohol to get rid of the bubbles, and now I'm gonna add another thin layer of clear resin. These leaves have been sitting up for at least 4 hours before I added the layer of resin on. And then I'm adding alcohol ink, and it's not going to move much because I've waited like 5 to 10 minutes before I added it, so the resin is a little thicker. I always add a few drops of white resin dye just for my sanity, because I feel like the mica powder always looks wet by itself. So I feel like the white kind of adds or brightens it up a little bit. So that's how I prefer mine. So you do not have to add the white if you don't want to. I'm trying to go for like a wood effect, so that's why I kind of did this like this in the swirls. If you want your swirls to stay, you have to let the resin thicken up some, and you have to have a clear base first before swirling it around. So if you want your marble to stay, you want it to kind of wait till it thicken up some. This is another piece I created off camera using the same effect. I'm putting the tape down to help me line up my letters. I got these pretty full stickers from Dollar Tree. I put the tape down because once you mess up a letter, you accidentally place it the wrong way, you ruin it because it bends and it's hard to put it back down afterward. Now I'm going to seal in the letters with another layer of resin. You want to move kind of quickly before the resin starts to fall over on the side, especially if you haven't used anything to protect the sides like masking tape or liquid latex. These are some 1-inch binder rings that came with this kit. I'm just going to show you that basically they are off. The measurements were kind of off with this, so it doesn't really work with the binder rings by themselves, because for me they were too close. So I'm gonna attempt to do something else with some other craft things that I have stored away in my craft office. Guys, so I'm basically coming up with ideas as I'm working because I have to improvise. And I decided to put all the rings in each one of the holes. And this is the other stuff that they had sent me. And this is my stash. So I rather use mine, and that's my stash too. So I have some huge jump rings. Since I can pretty much unbend them with my fingers, I'm gonna put 2 on there in between each resin piece. Also, you never want to pull apart your jump rings. You want to slide them open the way I did. And then I'm just gonna add these lobster clasps to it. Here I looked up some knotting ideas, and the first pretty one that showed up to me was the bow knot. And so this is my first time attempting it, and that's what I'm gonna go with. And I'm gonna pretty much make it look pretty off camera, and I'll be back. I saw some ideas online that had tassels hanging on the end, so I figured why not. And there you go, voila. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next video.